Hey there. I wanted to let you know that we just came back from an amazing trip from Cabo, Mexico, and wanted to share with you the top 10 essential tips and tricks to make your all-inclusive vacation a huge success, and also 3 pitfalls that we encountered that we would definitely do different if we were to go back. Welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here with me. Let me know what your tips and tricks are, if they're different from mine, and let's get into it. Over the years, I've done a ton of traveling, and I have been to about 5 different all-inclusive resorts throughout my lifetime. I think that the top 10 tips and tricks that I will be sharing with you will definitely be game changers when you decide to book your next all-inclusive trip. Like any successful vacation, a little bit of planning goes a long way. The first thing is choosing a location, the time, and how long you're going to go. And I think that creates the expectation of what type of vacation you're going to have. If you're looking at your budget, something to consider is airline tickets. Luckily for us, we live near several major airports, including one where we could cross the border into Tijuana and take a flight out of TJ to get to our destination. Weather is huge, so make sure that your location is somewhere during a time frame where you're not experiencing, crazy rains or inclement weather. Keep your eye out for the time frame, and then also with the location comes what type of resort makes sense for you. Do you want to be in an area where you are going to party your socks off, foam party, or are you looking for something low-key? So we wanted to relax, sit by the pool, and chill out, eat a lot of food, which makes a great recipe for an all-inclusive vacation. So you've chosen your location. The next huge step is choosing an all-inclusive resort that will meet your needs. When I was doing a lot of research on this topic, the tip that several YouTubers made were to look at reviews and find fellow travel vloggers that had gone to those specific establishments. When we decided to go to Hyatt Ziva Los Cabos, we had gotten a recommendation from my partner's colleague who had been to Mexico several times and mentioned this hotel. We saw a ton of different content and we were absolutely sold. I've been around the block a few times when it comes to checking out hotels, and something to consider is choosing a room type that will maximize your stay. When we had gone to different all-inclusives in the past, what really made the vacation was the view. So in this last trip, we wanted to make sure that we had proximity to an ocean front to get the wave sounds and just a really good view. The hotel was trying to upgrade us to a suite, but it was closer to the pool area. And what we were trying to do for our specific vacation was to relax and not be tied down to the overall crowd in the pools and just enjoy each other's company. So, no regrets on that part. When you go on vacation, the last thing that you want is to find yourself stuck because you are excessively sunburned or crazy hungover. A huge tip is to pack some of those prevention essentials. That includes sunblock, a hat, allergy meds if you are like me and get hit by mosquito bites. More recently, Luke and I found a probiotic drink that you can take prior to drinking, and it has prevented us from getting hangovers, because the last thing you want is a massive hangover, and that throws off the entire trip. Not fun. The next item is to bring a dressier outfit. A lot of the all-inclusives have multiple restaurants, and some of them require a more formal attire, which is likely not flip-flops, your bikini wear board shorts. So bringing closed-toed shoes and just a nice outfit for a night on the town, which is just a restaurant inside. The next couple items that I'm going to mention are ultimate poolside items to bring. Sometimes your cell phone service, it's slightly limited, and what will happen is that your battery will dry out very quickly. I have my phone on me all the time. Make sure to bring a power bank with you to take to the pool. Also, a huge something that I did learn was that you should, if you have a QI charger, which is a wireless charger that you just sit your phone on, if you have an iPhone, huge recommendation, because sometimes, like, I know that when you take your phone somewhere, you may drop it in the water, which is fine, but you're unable to charge it. And so by using a wireless charger, you could just set it on top and it will charge automatically. The next one I never really thought about, but it was to bring your own floaty. I did not think about this, and I think it's such a good idea. So Amazon has some really great options that are super flat, easy to pack, and they come with pumps. And so, you have your partner in crime try to pump things up, and then you can just bring them down and reuse them over and over again. Let's not waste, guys. Another thing that I had learned from watching a ton of all-inclusive YouTube content was to bring like some sort of towel clip. For us, we used these towel grabbers. Hotels have the same color towels, so all you need is something to distinguish where you're sitting. And these are great because they keep the towel on, so they don't fall off. And if you need to step away, you can find your items very, very easily. When you're talking about an all-inclusive resort, the likelihood of you running into the same servers or staff is very, very common. So just be really cognizant about your demeanor. With that said, last step is important, and I think it's super important to prepare. Bringing small bills, 1s and 5s, to the resort. Went to a bank and got a ton of 1s and 5s that we spread throughout the rest of the week. And what that does is it just limits the amount of time asking servers for change. Just keep things very, very simple. Well, during this trip, we had such a wonderful time at the resort. There are 3 things that we would have done differently. The first was probably my bad. I am usually a really good planner, but do a lot more research on the different activities and the restaurants, which ones are open and which ones are not. Most resorts, especially if they also have like family focus, they have activities that are scheduled every single day, and also good food. And we found that some of the days that we thought that we were going to hit up that specific restaurant, it was closed, and so it just changed our idea of where we would go and how we would plan our trip. And also some of the activities that we wanted to attend were for kids. Whoops. The second thing that we would have changed is we would have, if you are planning on going on any type of excursion, is to do it early on in the trip. We decided that we wanted to go into town and check out the Ark, and but this was closer to the end of our trip, and unfortunately we were a little bit low energy and just spent. So I don't think that we took advantage of the sites as much, and probably could have focused doing more of the touristy things early on and then done a little bit more of the rest and relaxation later on. It also doesn't help that if you've been drinking for a little bit, that going on a clear boat would be the right thing to do. And lastly, the last regret that I had made and I would avoid at all costs is purchasing any essentials from the hotel gift shop. Don't do it. Now, I had mentioned earlier a few minutes ago that you should have protection at all costs. I had forgotten allergy medicine and for the bug bites, and purchased these sunblock bars, but we didn't have like a spray to keep everything like your back covered. The amount for these two items was well over $60 US dollars, when it could have easily been 15 if we had gone outside of the resort. So something to consider is to hit up a pharmacy or beforehand to make sure that you have all the things that you need. Costly mistake. And there you have it. While we experienced a few minor setbacks, I would say that because of the 10 tricks and just a level of planning prior to going on our vacation, really set up our vacation for a wonderful time and within budget. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll be able to provide you a more comprehensive review of Hyatt Ziva Los Cabos. Honestly, I would highly recommend that spot for your next vacation if you're looking for an all-inclusive. But once again, I think that your own research, what you're looking for, is critical. Also, going with the right company is also critical as well. So that's all I got. I hope you learned something. If you have any other tips and tricks for other viewers that are watching, drop them down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what those are. Maybe apply those for our next go around, maybe next year. And as always, I'm very happy to have you here. See ya.